This quads-focused legs workout was absolutely brutal. It gave me PTSD. I woke up in cold sweats during the middle of the night thinking about this workout. And it was performed more than a week ago, on the 21st of August. Well, that isn't true. It didn't give me PTSD, and I don't wake up in cold sweats during the middle of the night thinking about it. But I did want to impress upon you just how hard I found it. What's more, I was stupid enough to perform 2 additional legs workouts later this week, one of which was about as hard as the one you're currently watching. Maybe not the brightest idea. Next time I do this style of training, I'll reconsider. Speaking of this style of training, I'm doing something called metabolite accumulation training. As you can see, I'm taking short rest intervals between sets, around 30 seconds. I'm using high rep sets. So the first set I performed on this exercise was 20 reps. This is the Smith machine feet forward squat, by the way. I'm not resting between reps. As you can see, it's just one rep after another, just banging them out. And the purpose of this training is to get a tremendous pump in the muscles you're using, because that intracellular swelling is thought to contribute to muscle growth. Some downsides of training like this are that it's really hard. You won't be able to impress people by lifting heavy weights, if that concerns you. It doesn't really make you stronger, and it only works for so long at a time, which is why I limit my metabolite accumulation blocks to 4 weeks. Upsides, however, are that it's time effective. This quads portion of the workout only took me 10 minutes, which is remarkable, given how sore it made me the next day. You know, there's an adage among gym goers, which is that you can either train hard or train long, but you can't do both. Well, this workout was on the extreme end of the spectrum on the train hard side. I'm saying this to drive home the point about just how time effective it is compared to normal training. Furthermore, while it is difficult to do metabolite accumulation workouts for the lower body, I find it pretty fun when it comes to the upper body. It's relatively easy, and all the muscles in your upper body will get pumped, which satisfies the ego. Oh, I forgot to mention at the start that I performed this workout while sick. Well, maybe I wasn't sick, but I felt something coming on. I had a sore throat, but it actually went away. Normally though, I wouldn't recommend training through sickness. You'll only run yourself into the ground and become even sicker. That was my last set of Smith machine squat, and now I'm moving on to front squat. Now if you're a really keen observer, you'll have noticed the green plates in the background. I set them up in advance so that I don't have to waste any time between exercises putting plates on and setting things up, because if I did that, the metabolites would clear from my legs. The exercise selection when you use metabolite training is very important, because you don't want to use machines that are in too high a demand, because you run the risk of having somebody take the machine you want to use, and then what do? So I am doing front squat because I can pretty much always guarantee on there being a free station at the power racks, because, well, I guess nobody likes to use barbells. But ideally, I suppose I would be doing all machine exercises, because the thing about doing barbell squats or deadlifts or these kinds of exercises with free weights is that they can induce a fair bit of respiratory fatigue, whereas with machines you can just focus purely on the muscle and doing as many reps as possible, and they don't tire you out as much. Speaking of tiredness, I believe at this point during the workout I'm pretty fatigued. I don't really want to keep going, I feel like collapsing, but my eyes are on the prize. It's at points like these during your workouts where you really just have to summon your demons to keep going. And maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but it's pushing through feelings like that which will get your quads to grow. People are very caught up in the optimal rep range per set or the optimal training frequency for each muscle group. I feel that simply training hard is like the elephant in the room, the thing that gets overlooked, but that is ultimately of most importance. I mean, people can talk all they want about how bro splits are suboptimal and whatnot, but ultimately, if the if the effort is there, then the result will come. And there you have it, the end of the quads portion of the workout. I did end up collapsing, but I am okay. I'm just very tired. I'm about to hit hamstrings, calves and abs, but I do need to recuperate first. And as I am unwilling to walk, I crawl to the mirror to take that picture of my legs that you saw at the beginning. I really do have a crazy pump. Seated leg curls for the hamstrings. I'm performing 5 sets, and I've sped up the footage here, and I'm not showing all the sets because this is like a 32 rep set, and I don't think anybody really cares about my hamstrings training. But maybe I'll have a video one day of that. I hope you can see that even though the footage is sped up, I'm still lifting the weight under control. I'm trying to feel my hamstrings. And my, do I look thick from this angle. Very flattering. Another good angle. These are machine calf raises. I'm doing 5 sets. Again, more sped up footage because this is a really high rep set. The calves respond well to higher rep sets because they're more slow twitch dominant, as I've mentioned in a previous video. Another interesting thing I found out about the calves today is that of all the muscles in the human body, the calves have, in cubic centimeters, some of the highest volume of any muscles, second only to the glutes and the quadriceps. That actually has some really cool implications, and I might make a video on a related topic someday in the future. I'm moving on to abs training, the rectus abdominis. I got a troll comment the other day from a guy whose username was like rectum abdominis, asking me if or accusing me rather, of using anabolic steroids. I'll take it as a compliment. Again, 5 sets of this. And that was the workout, and this is the post-workout meal. Nothing fancy, just trying to get in some fast-digesting carbs and protein. Thank you so much for watching. More content on the way. Take care.